right, today is excuse me, I don't even know what day it is. It's the 16th.
The 18th.
It's November the 18th, Tuesday, November the 18th. We're the Committee on Parole, and we're in Baton Rouge at headquarters. The time is 8:41 in the morning. We're the three that will be serving on the panel. To my left is Chuck Tillis. To my right is Pete Freeman, and my name is Steve Prater. Our first case that we're going to be handling after we introduce the staff here. Staff, would you introduce yourselves, please?
Jackson Thompson.
Carla Williams.
Okay, thank you, and thank you for the job that y'all do. We'll be going to Lafayette Parish Correctional Center and talking to Mr. Eugene Mesh first. Is your name Mr. Eugene Mesh, if I'm saying that right?
Yes, sir. I state myself, Eugene Allen Mesh, sir.
Okay, and what is your DOC number?
322545.
Okay, and do you have a piece of paper in front of you that talks, it's a waiver that says you're ready for this hearing and talks about your rights and that you signed that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you've got that with you. Is there anybody from the staff there at Lafayette Parish in the room with you?
Yes, sir. This is Corporal Joseph.
Okay, thank you for hosting us today. Mr. Mesh, your case, you're here for a revocation case. And we divide these up. We're all familiar with them, all three of us. But one is the principal interrogator. And on your particular case, Mr. Pete Freeman is. So I'm going to turn it directly over to Mr. Freeman to get to the bottom of what the allegations are and about the case. So, Mr. Freeman?
Okay, Mr. Mesh, first off, did you sign your parole questionnaire?
Yes, sir.
Okay, do you realize you're not right? You're not eligible for appointed counsel. Do you wish to proceed or hire your own counsel?
Proceed, sir.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do, Mr. Mesh, I'm gonna read out each violation and we'll go over them individually, okay? You can plead guilty, not guilty, with or without a statement. And we're gonna go over each one and we're gonna do the whole thing at one time. We're not gonna come back after I'm finished. So we're gonna get finished with the whole violation before we move on.
Okay.
All right, first off, they charged you with violating condition number 2. I will submit a monthly report by the 5th of every month until I complete my supervision. I will also report to my parole officer in order to do so. It is alleged the offender failed to make monthly contact with the supervising officer. The last contact he made with his officer was doing a personal field contact at his sister's residence on 2/27/25. Since that date, no other person contact to be made. Therefore, a warrant was issued for your arrest. At the preliminary hearing, you pled guilty to this. Is your plea still the same?
Yes, sir.
And I see that you said you were having trouble with a ride.
Well, yeah, I went to
Your sister's vehicle was stolen, right?
Yeah, it was stolen in my transmission. Yeah, I worked offshore. Anyway, I went there after to the parole board, but she wasn't there. I was calling to my parole officer. She came. She told me it was Miss Sarah. It was the wrong officer, but I was trying to contact her. I have a nerve damage in my back, sir, from working. I work offshore on the boats and a lot of therapy. That's why I wasn't around my residence. But
Okay, all right. Let's move on. We're gonna get to the meaty violation soon. Is that okay? I will live at the address on this certificate. If I must move from this address, I will get permission from parole officer for doing so. In addition, I will not leave the state of Louisiana without written permission. It is alleged that the offender reported he was residing at 1030 Flow Street, Bro Bridge. When contact was attempted with him at this residence, officers were advised by the homeowner that he no longer resided at this residence. The offender failed to report the change of address. How do you plead to that charge?
guilty, sir.
Okay,
I really hadn't moved at that time.
okay, where you had moved, where you moved to?
No, I was still at my sister's. I went and helped him out, but I was gonna go there. Old friend, his house had burnt, but I still was at my same address. No.
All right, okay, number 4, I will not engage in any criminal activity, nor will I associate with persons who are known to be involved in criminal activity. I will avoid bars and casinos. I will refrain from the illegal use of drugs or alcohol. It is alleged that the offender engaged in criminal activity on or about June 1st, 2025, when he committed the offense of theft, $100, but less than $200 on August 1st, 2025. City Court issued a failure to appear warrant because he did not show up for arraignment. The offender was arrested this outstanding warrant on September 27, 2025. This charge is pending in city court. How do you plead to that charge?
Guilty, sir. I've served the time for the charge.
Okay, tell me what you did. Let's talk about that
What
one.
happened was I was at Ross's, the guy was with me. He put things in my basket when I purchased, and it was over. So I got charged, also him with a ticket. Then I lost the ticket. Yeah. So I didn't make it to the clerk of court like my traffic ticket. They backed up. I did the time for that two together, sir. But it was wrong.
You get credit for time served on the charge?
Yeah, I'm done. Yeah, I
You
don't
had
have,
too many groceries in your basket.
sir.
You had a little bit too much groceries. You were trying to get away with
Yes,
it.
sir, that's
Okay.
what. Yeah.
Okay.
Nonsense.
All right. I will work at a job approved by my parole officer. If I become unemployed, I will immediately report this to my parole officer. It is alleged that the last time the offender reported on August 24th. Since then, he has failed to gain employment or failed to provide proof of employment. Mr. Mesh admitted to the violation. He explained that he has nerve damage in his back, which has hindered his ability to find employment. He mentioned that doctors have warned him this condition could lead to paralysis. When asked if he had applied for disability benefit, he said he has not. Okay, so you lost your job due to an injury?
Well, I had to take a leave. I've been with the company as I'm an engineer deckhand for 18 years. Yeah. After the surgery, well, I'm supposed to be scheduled for surgery December 18th. But anyway, yeah, I couldn't. The damage him did a lot of therapy, like 5 days a week, and they didn't want me to pick up on nothing heavy. My doctor.
What kind of money were you living off of when you was out of work?
Go and help my brother do some crawfishing. I'm a commercial fisherman too, to help him out once in a while.
Okay.
Uh,
All right. Condition number 9, I agreed to visits at my rest. Pretty much the same thing. You know, it's just basically they couldn't visit you because they didn't know where you were. So the same plea and same reason.
yes, sir.
And then number 10 is about the money. I saw where you used to give plasma to pay your fees, huh?
Yeah, I gave a little bit of that.
Yeah. That's what I used to do in college. I used to go give plasma so I could go out on Thursday night.
Yes, sir. I do it. My mother died with lung cancer. We had prostate pretty bad in the family. But yeah, I'm glad to help, that out.
So you're $819 behind, but you have made efforts to pay us, which
Oh, yeah.
I'm getting.
Yeah, I would clear it out as soon as I want to clear it out. I always paid. I work offshore. My sister, yeah, she would pay it online, but I respect, the parole all in my past.
What offender class are you, Mr. Mesh?
Sir.
What offender class are you? First, second, third?
Class.
Great.
You offender class.
It's I think it's like third or fourth.
Let's see.
It's really all misdemeanors. I got this old charge. I did 19 months in the parish, knocking on the door. They give me a felony for that. My fuel pump was out on the blazer back
Right.
I went to reentry. I
You're
took
a fifth felony offender, so you've been on supervision before, haven't you?
oh, yes, sir. Yeah, yeah. And
You realize you need to be doing all of the things you wasn't doing.
that's right, sir.
And how long have you been in jail, Mr. Mesh?
55 days, I believe now, sir.
Okay, and where will you live if you get out?
My sister's the same address. Cecilia 1090
Okay,
drive.
I know you tested positive back in 2023. You get any treatment for that?
The what, sir? I can't.
It looks like I saw where you tested positive in June of 2023. Do you need alcohol treatment? Do you need drug treatment?
No, sir. No, I'm against I quit smoking cigarettes 18, pot at 23, and I'm against street drugs. I don't believe in. I sure don't, sir. But alcohol occasionally, I would drink. But I'm totally against drugs, sir. I'm completely honest with you.
I know you're being very honest.
Yes, sir.
Unusual.
That's it.
Okay. So you got a place to stay, but do you have a job?
I'm gonna.
Still injured, so I'm sure they're not gonna take you back right now.
No, but as soon I'm gonna retire at 62, I'll turn in my retirement. But I'm gonna go back to the company if they got to the surgery.
Okay, and how old are you now?
I'm 61. I'll be 62 in May, and I can still work 3 to 4 years, with my retirement.
I got you.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna go back. I missed the Gulf of Mexico.
Yeah. Okay, I don't have any more questions.
Was this plea on number 6 guilty?
He pled guilty to everything
Okay.
with reasons. He didn't.
I don't have any questions.
Mr.
Um,
I know.
when was the last time you were arrested for theft? What was the date on that?
Back in, I'd say, but
June 1st, 2025.
Okay. And
Back ready for time served.
you got a history of stealing, don't you? Isn't that mainly what your history is?
yeah, but the good Lord knows I'm too old to be doing something like that, sir. Yeah, I'm stealing, but it's like I said, all mine. I was charged with things like bringing my nephew to get tools, and I got charged with him with the chainsaw and a gas can of gas the time before this last charge of knocking on the door for help. Yeah,
That's all I got.
yeah. I mean, it's total disrespect. It wasn't raised like that.
Yes. I think it's time. Is there any no questions? Okay, well, I think it's time to vote. Mr. Freeman, would you tell us what you think to be best course for this gentleman?
Yes, sir. Okay, Mr. Mesh. You're not doing it just right. I can tell you that much.
That's right, sir.
You're putting a lot of work on your probation officer that shouldn't be there. But you've been in jail 55 days. It was a misdemeanor theft charge. It was groceries. Tell you what I'm gonna do with you. I am gonna put you on electronic monitoring. Okay, and you will have a curfew from 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. You are not to violate that curfew without calling your officer. If you get a job offshore, you call them when you go.
Yes, sir. Oh yeah.
Okay?
I will.
I'm telling you, this will be your last break from me, but you've been honest. You're getting to that age where I'm hoping you're getting out all of this stuff. So my work today is do not revoke and add special condition of electronic monitoring with a curfew and random drug screens.
Okay. That's fine.
Mr. Freeman.
Okay. Mr. Tillis concurs with Mr. Freeman. And so it takes 2 votes on revocation So you're gonna get your 2 votes, but I was gonna vote to revoke you. Because I don't think that you, I think you got, until you can prove that you're not gonna steal, I think that's what your basic problem is. I think you think everybody else's stuff is your stuff, and it ain't so. And so, anyway, but you have carried the day. So as of today, you are going to have to abide by the conditions that were just explained. And you are not going to be revoked. You're going to be free to leave there with those conditions.
And since we added those conditions, it ain't gonna take many curfew violations to get you in trouble, so you better stay on top of things.
Right, that's right.
Okay, it's 8:56 in the morning, end of the hearing.
I respect.
Courtney, let's see, Courtney Savoy, is that right? Am I saying that right?
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Okay, and you're at Lafayette Parish Correctional Center, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, anybody in the staff there with you?
Corporal Joseph,
Okay, thank you, Corporal, again for hosting us. We appreciate that. This is the Committee on Parole, and we're here to talk about your revocation hearing this morning. We have already introduced ourselves, and you're our second case for today, but the time for purposes of the record is 9:08. To my left is Chuck Hillis. To my right is Pete Freeman. My name is Steve Prater. The staff here has introduced themselves, and like I say, we're in Baton Rouge, and we're going to be talking to you about your revocation. Would you tell us your name, full name, and your DOC number?
Courtney Paul Savoy 424060.
Okay, and do you have a revocation waiver form in front of you?
Yes, sir, I do.
And did you sign that? It talks about your attorney and that you can get one if you can afford it, but if you're not eligible to be appointed one. Is that what that says?
Yes, sir.
And you signed all of the appropriate places there. Okay, well, your case today is assigned to Mr. Pete Freeman to my right. And although all 3 of us are very familiar with your case, we've read all the documentation, well, he's going to be the lead interviewer. And so he's going to start. So Mr. Freeman, it's all up to you.
Okay, what we're gonna do here, Courtney, is I'm gonna read each violation and you plead guilty or not guilty with or without a statement.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we're gonna go through each one and complete each one. Okay, so we're gonna take it all at one time instead of coming back. Okay, so you're charged with violating condition number 2. I will submit a monthly report by the 5th of every month until I complete my supervision. I will also report to my parole officer in order to do so. Upon your release from Lafayette Parish Correctional Center following your first technical revocation on 3/28/25, you instructed on 3/31/25 to report to the Lafayette District Office on 4/16/25 by 12 p.m. and to report every other week, twice monthly until told otherwise. You failed to report as instructed. On 4/23/25, you were instructed to report to Lafayette District Office on 4/30/25. You failed to report and never reported or made an effort to contact your officer, resulting in parole warrant due to absconding supervision. How do you plead to that charge?
Guilty. I went seen her a couple times, but I relapsed. And she had asked me to enter into voluntary treatment. And I mean, it's a hard thing for someone to do when they're battling addiction, especially when they're using at the time.
Okay.
I did 18 and a half years in prison, got out, made parole in 2021. I haven't fallen back on any, criminal activity to support myself, but I've been battling an addiction that I obtained as a byproduct of my incarceration. I never understood how hard
Have you ever been to a DOC treatment facility?
Such as
Blue Walters, Steve Hoyle?
No, sir, I haven't even been to the 28-day inpatient program. I've done some treatment programs while I was incarcerated, but that's a whole different.
Right, I know that. It's just a class. Right.
Yeah, well, I mean, I actually lived in a dorm that was for it, but it's different because you're totally submerged with people that are still, getting high. It's not.
I got you. Okay. Condition number 4, I will not engage in any criminal activity, nor will I associate with people who are known to be involved in criminal activity. I will avoid bars and casinos. I will refrain from the illegal use of drugs, alcohol. Of course, you had the first technical for testing positive, and you also tested positive after that. How do you plead to that charge?
Guilty.
Yes, okay. And you also had a drug paraphernalia charge, which you didn't show up for pre-trial.
Yes, that was part of the technical violation.
Yeah, I know, I'm reading.
Yeah, the pretrial was, the paperwork was here in the jail. When I got out, I was under the impression that the pretrial was in December. I wouldn't have intentionally skipped a court date knowing that it would have issued a warrant.
Okay,
It was my responsibility.
yes, sir. Condition number 6, I will work at a job approved by my parole officer. If I become unemployed, I will immediately report this to my parole officer. You failed to obtain employment or report any documentation showing you were looking for employment as instructed by your officer. I plead to that.
I was guilty. I was doing little odd jobs here and there, to support myself, but without being able to pass a drug test and with, the probation rule over my head, it's kind of hard.
All right, it looks like everything leads back to that bad drug habit, huh?
Yeah, I'm working on it. It's been 4 years and it's tough. This is.
I understand. We see a lot of people with this problem, and it's not an easy one to shake. Matter of fact, you never shake it, but it's not an easy one to control. On 4/17/25, you were instructed to report on 4/21/25 at 8 a.m. To the Acadiana Safety Solution for Drug Screen. By the end of the year, you failed to do so. You failed to report for this drug screen despite the officer's attempts to remind you of the appointment. How you plead to that charge?
Not guilt. That was something discretionary on my part. If I wanted to contest the drug screen, that wasn't, we take drug screens at the district office.
I know, and then if you want to contest it, you can go get one of your own.
Yeah, and that's what that was. I tested positive and I chose not to contest it and took the reprimand she gave me.
And you also chose, once again, it's the same thing as you stated before about the inpatient treatment. You didn't go.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you didn't pay any fees. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Have you ever worked since you've been out?
Sir?
Have you worked since you've been out?
Yes, I was working at McDonald's when I first got out, and then I started making deliveries for like one of them like places like DoorDash. But when my vehicle got wrecked, it was after that, it was just trying to find a job, and my brother has offered me a job, but I wasn't able to pass a drug test. He said that the offer's still there if I could pass it. I'm 92 days clean and sober now, which actually predates my arrest, but I planned on going to inpatient treatment. I have a hearing Friday to try to get into the drug court program here. And,
drug court is great.
And
if I knew for sure you were getting into it, I would be considering that, but we're not positive you're getting into that. I have
I'm actually
I have a recommendation when it's my time to vote.
Questions?
I'm clear. Okay, I'm gonna do away with your right now I'm not saying the excuses, but I'm gonna do away with your reasoning. I am gonna order you to a DOC inpatient drug treatment facility in lieu of revocation. Upon completion, you will be released and you are to follow all conditions of that release.
Yes,
Okay?
sir.
And the first thing you do is you get in touch with your probation officer when you get out. Tell them where you're living and tell them what's going on. That they'll decide how long the treatment will go for. In my opinion, I think you need the 9-month treatment, but we'll see. Okay? So that's my vote today. Do not revoke, but contingent on you completing a DOC program.
I concur with Mr. Freeman.
Okay, and I concur also, and for purposes of the record, you pled guilty to 2, 4, 6, and 10, and not 8, and we found the same, we found guilty on all.
Right.
Okay, and we found guilty on all, and my vote will be the same. So what you're gonna happen now is, in lieu of revocation, you're gonna be sent to a DLC in-house treatment. That's gonna be our recommendation.
Yes. Good luck to you, man.
Okay.
Sit on the first row.
Can I ask a question?
Real quick.
Real quick.
If I go to this hearing Friday in drug court, I'm actually in drug court. If they decide to allow me to stay in it, would their treatment be?
No,
No,
no. I want you in DLC inpatient treatment. I don't want it to be where
They
not
would
have a
send me
ride
to
or nothing.
They would send me to
Sorry?
the program. I was just wondering if the one they send me to would also qualify.
No, nope. You're going to DLC inpatient.
All right.
Go to that.
And how long have you been sober now?
90 days.
Days.
Okay, well, congratulations. This is gonna make you continue that path. So the time is 9:18, end of the hearing. Thank you.